Stop everything right now. Listen carefully. 2026 is not a year for excuses. It's not a year for talking or dreaming. It's a year to master yourself. Most people will waste it complaining, scrolling, and hoping, while the real winners quietly rise, dominate, and conquer. Here's the truth nobody will tell you. Talking about your dreams won't make them real. Action does. Silence is power. Focus is power. Results are power. If you're ready to transform your life, level up, and let the world watch, then pay close attention, because what I'm about to reveal will shake you to your core. Every single person gets the same 24 hours. Every sunrise, every sunset, the same. Yet some explode with success while others remain average, stuck, frustrated. Why? Because success is not about talking. It's about doing. And here's the secret. Nobody teaches you. Silence is strength. The quieter you become, the sharper your focus, the stronger your discipline, the greater your results. In 2026, you have two choices. Keep shouting to the world or rise above, master yourself, and let your results speak louder than your words. The choice is yours. But if you're ready, I'm going to show you exactly how to master yourself, level up, and dominate your life like never before. Listen carefully, because what I'm about to say will change the way you see your life. The battlefield of success isn't outside of you. It's inside your mind. Every single action you take, every choice you make, every step you take toward your dreams, it all begins in your mind. And here's the truth. Most people never understand. Most people fail, not because they lack talent, not because they lack resources, but because they have never mastered their own mind. Think about it. How many times have you talked yourself out of your own dreams? How many times have you been ready to take a step forward, but fear whispered in your ear and froze you in place? How many times have you doubted yourself, questioned yourself, or said, I can't do this, before you even tried? That, my friend, is a mind that has not been mastered. And until you take control of that mind, nothing else in your life will ever work the way you want it to. Mastering your mind is about discipline. It's about training your thoughts the way an athlete trains their body. Every negative thought, every fear, every doubt, you have to flip it into fuel. Fuel that drives you forward. Fuel that pushes you to be better, to work harder, to rise higher. You have to understand this. The enemy of your success is sitting right between your ears. Every excuse you make, every procrastination, every time you give in to comfort, it comes from your mind. And that mind can either be your greatest ally or your worst enemy. Think about a champion athlete. They don't just rely on talent. A world-class entrepreneur doesn't just rely on ideas. They master their mind. They wake up every morning and tell themselves, I am focused. I am disciplined. I am going to win today. And no matter how hard life pushes, no matter how many setbacks come, they don't let fear, doubt, or negativity control their actions. That is the difference between someone who stays average and someone who rises to greatness. Mastering your mind also means taking full responsibility for your thoughts. You cannot let fear, laziness, doubt, or negativity control your actions. You have to rewire your brain to think like a winner, even when circumstances scream otherwise. Life is going to test you. It will throw obstacles, problems, failures in your path. And if your mind is not trained, you will give in. You will quit. You will settle. But when you master your mind, nothing can stop you. You will keep going when others stop. You will rise when others fall. You will push forward when everyone else is making excuses. Mastering your mind gives you clarity, gives you focus, and gives you power. And that power is what separates people who talk about their dreams from people who actually achieve them. Your mind shapes your reality. If you believe you are weak, you will act weak. If you believe you are not capable, you will fail. If you believe you can win, you will fight harder than anyone else. That's how simple it is. Your results are a direct reflection of your mindset. Your life is a reflection of the way you think. And the moment you take control of your thoughts, the moment you start thinking like a champion, your life begins to change. Don't think mastering your mind is easy. It's not. It requires work. It requires consistency. It requires confronting the uncomfortable thoughts you've ignored, facing the fears you've hidden, battling the doubts that have whispered in your ear for too long. You have to fight for control every single day. Every day you must tell yourself, I am stronger than my fear. I am smarter than my doubt. I am capable of more than I realize. And you must repeat it over and over until it becomes true, until it becomes your reality. Most people fail because they let their minds wander. They let distractions, negativity, and self-doubt run the show. They hand over the keys to their thoughts to the world instead of taking control themselves. But champions, leaders, and winners, they take ownership. They take control. They dominate their thoughts. They focus their minds. And because they control their mind, they control their results. They control their destiny. That is why they win, while millions are left frustrated, wondering why life hasn't delivered for them. Ask yourself right now, who is running your mind? Are you in control, or are your fears and doubts controlling you? Are you letting negativity, comfort, and excuses dictate your life? Or are you taking full responsibility for every thought, every word, and every action? Because until you master your mind, nothing else in life will ever truly work. Your body, your actions, your habits, they all follow your mind. Master your mind and everything else falls into place. Master your mind and you unlock the power, focus, and discipline to conquer every area of your life. Listen to me. The world is noisy. People are talking all the time, showing off, complaining, sharing their plans with everyone, telling the world what they are going to do. And most of them, they achieve nothing. They are busy making noise, but the loudest people rarely do the hardest work. And that is why silence is your secret weapon. Silence is your superpower. Silence does not mean weakness. Silence does not mean hiding. Silence is strength. Silence is strategy. Silence is preparation. While everyone else is busy shouting about their dreams, true winners are quietly grinding. True winners are building themselves. True winners are focusing on their craft, sharpening their skills, and mastering their discipline while nobody is watching. And when the world finally sees what they have done, it's too late for anyone to question their greatness. Think about this. How many people do you know who talk a lot about success but never achieve it? They make big claims, share big plans, promise to do big things, but a year later, nothing has changed. Why? Because talking about your dreams will never replace the work required to achieve them. Success is built quietly. Success is built in the hours nobody sees. Success is built in silence. Silence gives you power because it protects your energy. Every time you explain yourself, every time you justify your actions, every time you seek validation, you give away your energy. That energy could be invested in learning, growing, mastering your craft, and moving forward. The less you speak, the more power you have to focus. The less you speak, the more time you have to grow. The less you speak, the sharper your mind becomes. Focus is a weapon, and silence is the ammo. Look at the people you admire, the leaders, the champions, the entrepreneurs. They don't broadcast every step they take. They don't explain their plans. They don't post every idea they have. They move in silence. They focus. They grind. They take the necessary steps every day consistently, quietly. And when they achieve, their results speak louder than words ever could. That is the difference between the talkers and the doers. That is the difference between mediocrity and greatness. Silence also teaches patience. In a world obsessed with instant results, patience is rare. The silent person understands that growth takes time. Every early morning, every late night, every small consistent step compounds into massive results. Silence teaches you to wait, to trust the process, to focus on building real value rather than chasing temporary attention. Every silent effort adds up, and the results eventually explode in ways that nobody saw coming. Silence builds confidence. When you stop explaining yourself, when you stop seeking validation, when you stop trying to prove your worth to everyone else, you begin to realize something powerful. You don't need anyone's permission to succeed. You don't need approval to rise. You don't need applause to know your worth. Your confidence comes from your actions. Your confidence comes from your discipline. Your confidence comes from knowing that your work speaks louder than your words. Silence allows you to be strategic. When you announce your plans too early, you expose yourself to judgment, criticism, and distraction. You allow people to question your path, your ability, your determination. Silence protects you. Silence lets you work, grow, and execute without interference. And when the time comes to deliver, the results speak for themselves. Everyone will notice, respect, and recognize your greatness. Let me tell you something. While the world is screaming for attention, the silent person is steadily moving forward, quietly improving, quietly building, quietly mastering themselves. And when their success comes, it's unstoppable. Silence is not emptiness, it's preparation, power, and dominance. It is the weapon that separates dreamers from doers, talkers from achievers, and average people from champions. Your life is too important to waste on noise. Every time you talk too much, every time you explain, every time you justify, you give away your momentum. Silence keeps your energy focused. Silence allows you to grow without distraction. Silence ensures that every effort counts. Every move you make in silence is building a foundation that the world cannot ignore. Silence shields you from negativity, doubt, and distractions. It lets you build without interference. It lets you plan, execute, and dominate on your terms. It allows you to focus on your craft, your growth, your life. And that is why silence is your superpower. Listen to me carefully. The world does not care what you say. The world does not care about your excuses, your plans, or your promises. People will not respect you because of your words. People will not hand you success because you posted about your goals online. The world responds only to results. Action is the bridge between dreams and reality. Action is the difference between talkers and winners, between dreamers and achievers. Too many people are stuck in the cycle of talking. They announce what they are going to do. They share every goal, every plan, every intention, but they never follow through. They are busy telling the world what they will accomplish instead of actually accomplishing it. Talking alone will never make you great. Talking alone will never build skill. Talking alone will never create discipline. Only action does. Only consistent, relentless action moves you forward and separates you from the average. Think about the people you admire, the athletes, the entrepreneurs, the leaders. Did they become great by announcing their plans? Did they become great by sharing what they were going to do next week, next month, or next year? No, they became great by taking action. They became great by showing up every day, grinding while nobody was watching, pushing themselves through discomfort, learning from failures and doing it all over again. That is how you level up. That is how you grow. That is how you win. Leveling up requires ownership. It requires responsibility. It requires leaving your comfort zone. It requires taking control of your life and refusing to wait for the perfect time or the right opportunity. The perfect moment does not exist. The right time will never arrive. You must act now. You must push past fear, doubt, and laziness. You must grind even when nobody is watching. Leveling up is not about what you say. It's about what you do, day in and day out. Action beats talent when talent is idle. Action beats intention when intention is not followed by effort. Action beats excuses when excuses are louder than your will. Look around. The world is full of talented people who fail. It's full of people with potential who never reach it. Why? Because they don't act. They only dream. They only talk. They only plan. Meanwhile, someone else, less talented but more disciplined, is taking action, moving forward, and leaving them behind. If you want to level up, you must commit to doing the work. No shortcuts, no excuses, no empty words. You have to wake up early. You have to stay late. You have to put in the work even when it's hard, even when it's uncomfortable, even when nobody is watching. Every small step you take compounds over time into massive progress. Every day of consistent action moves you closer to your dreams. Every effort adds up. Action is the multiplier that turns effort into results. Action builds confidence. Every time you take the necessary steps, every time you push past fear and limitations, you begin to trust yourself. You begin to believe in your ability to overcome challenges. You begin to believe that you can achieve what you set out to do. Action gives you momentum. Momentum gives you energy. Energy produces results. and results are what the world notices. That is how action speaks louder than words. That is how the grind in silence becomes unstoppable power. Too many people confuse being busy with being productive. They fill their days with distractions, social media, excuses, and noise, thinking it is progress. But real progress comes from focused action. Real progress comes from doing the work that matters. Real progress comes from executing consistently, even when it's uncomfortable, even when it's boring, even when it seems slow. Leveling up requires focus, discipline, and relentless execution. Action also builds resilience. The more you do, the more you learn. The more you push, the stronger you become. Every failure, every setback, every rejection is a lesson if you are taking action. If you only talk, you never grow. You never test your limits. You never learn how strong you really are. Leveling up is not easy. It's not comfortable. It's not quick, but it is worth it. Action creates strength. Action creates momentum. And action creates unstoppable greatness. Ask yourself right now, are you taking action or are you just talking? Are your actions louder than your words or are your words louder than your results? Because the truth is this, the world does not reward intentions. The world does not reward promises. The world rewards results. The world rewards people who show up, who grind, who execute, and who refuse to quit. Level up through action. Work harder, grind longer, push further, execute, and let the results speak for themselves. Listen to me. The world is full of noise. People are shouting about what they are going to do. People are busy telling the world their plans, their goals, their dreams. And most of them, they are achieving nothing. They are all talk, no action. Words are cheap. Promises are cheap. Excuses are cheap. But results are priceless. And the only thing that commands respect, attention, and influence in this world is undeniable results. That is why letting success speak louder than anything else is not just smart, it's survival. Here's the truth. People will doubt you. People will criticize you. People will question your abilities, your choices, and your potential. And while they are busy doing that, you have two options. You can argue, defend, explain yourself, or you can stay silent, focus on your work, and let your results do the talking. When your work pays off, when your results come, the world will have no choice but to recognize your greatness. You don't have to demand respect. Your results will demand it for you. Think about the people you admire most, the champions, the leaders, the entrepreneurs, the athletes. They did not become great by talking. They became great by showing up, by grinding, by doing the work every single day while nobody was watching. They endured failures, obstacles, and setbacks. They sacrificed sleep, comfort, and leisure to get better. They let their achievements, their success, and their results speak on their behalf. That is the difference between someone who is admired and someone who is just heard. Let success speak because it protects your energy. Every time you explain yourself, justify your choices, or try to prove your worth, you give away energy that should be used to grow, improve, and execute. Every hour spent arguing with critics is an hour stolen from your progress. But when you focus on your work, when you take consistent action, every effort compounds. The results become louder than anything you could say, louder than any criticism, louder than any doubt. That is the power of letting your success do the talking. And here's another truth. The more you achieve, the less you feel the need to explain. Confidence doesn't come from boasting. Confidence comes from results. Discipline doesn't come from promises. Discipline comes from action. Consistency doesn't come from words. Consistency comes from showing up day after day and doing the work that most people are too lazy, too scared, or too distracted to do. And when you do this, the results will announce your presence, demand respect, and command attention without you lifting a finger to explain. Too many people confuse noise with influence. They think being loud is the same as being powerful. They think attention equals achievement, but attention fades. Noise is forgotten. Only results are permanent. Only results create influence. Only results leave a legacy. That is why you must work harder, grind longer, push further, and execute with relentless focus while letting the results speak for themselves. Let success speak louder than your fear. Let it speak louder than your doubts. Let it speak louder than your critics. Let it speak louder than the distractions around you. Let it speak louder than the people who try to discourage you or tell you that you cannot achieve. Because when you focus on your craft, when you put in the hours, when you show up consistently, the results will make your presence undeniable. Every small step, every disciplined effort, every focused action compounds over time. And eventually, those results will speak so loudly that no one can ignore your effort, your commitment, and your greatness. You don't have to explain. You don't have to defend. You don't have to prove anything. Your results become your voice, your proof, and your legacy. That is the power of letting success speak louder than anything else. Ask yourself right now, are your words louder than your results, or are your results louder than your words? Because the world rewards execution, not intentions. The world rewards impact, not opinions. The world rewards people who show up, push through, and refuse to quit. Let success speak. Work in silence. Grind consistently. Build relentlessly. Deliver results. And let the results themselves announce your greatness to the world. Listen to me carefully. Everything you've heard, every word, every lesson, every keynote, it all comes down to one thing. You must master yourself. Master your mind. Master your actions. Master your discipline. Master your silence. Because when you master yourself, the world cannot ignore you. The world cannot stop you. Your results will speak so loud that nobody will question your greatness. Your life becomes your loudest voice. Your results become your undeniable proof. Your success becomes the declaration to the world that you are here, you are ready, and you are unstoppable. People will doubt you. People will laugh at your dreams. People will criticize your plans. And that is okay. The people who are meant to succeed don't argue. They don't defend themselves. They don't waste time explaining. They grind, they push, they do the work, even when nobody is watching, and they let the results speak. Results are louder than excuses. Results are louder than fear. Results are louder than words. That is why your silence, your focus, and your relentless grind are more powerful than anything else you can do. 2026 is your battlefield. Your time is now. Stop waiting for permission. Stop waiting for approval. Stop waiting for the perfect moment. The perfect moment will never come. The world will never hand you your greatness. You must take it. You must own it. You must fight for it. Every day, every hour, every choice you make matters. Your discipline, your actions, and your relentless commitment are what will define your life. Nobody else can do it for you. Stay silent, grind, execute. Let your actions create the noise. Let your results demand the attention that words could never buy. Every early morning, every late night, every sacrifice, every moment you refuse to quit. These are the moments that build your legacy. And when your success finally speaks, it will shout louder than all the doubts, the critics, and the obstacles ever could. Your results will tell the story of who you are, and nobody can deny it. Ask yourself right now, are your words louder than your results, or are your results louder than your words? Are you going to keep talking, or are you going to start doing? Are you going to waste another day in excuses, or are you going to push yourself past fear and doubt? Are you going to let the world define your story, or are you going to create it with your actions, your discipline, and your results? This is your moment. This is your time. This is your 2026. Master yourself. Stay silent. Level up, grind relentlessly, take action, and let your success speak. And when it does, the world will finally see the power, the greatness, and the unstoppable force that has been inside you all along. You were born to rise. You were born to achieve. You were born to dominate. And nothing can stop you when you decide to master yourself.